This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Happy Thursday. I am Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Adam Cellini, along with John Scalzi, and things warming up a little bit this morning.
Where's your pink, John?
That's true.
Oh, there it is, a little bit. We
A
got
little,
it.
a touch, I do confess.
I love pink. It makes me happy. So thought Thursday was a good day to kind of finish out the long haul of the week.
It's a vibrant color.
So
Certainly is.
glad you guys picked up on it.
Yeah, we felt it too.
I didn't get the memo though.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. We're just reading each other's minds at this point, y'all.
Right. we have some changing weather coming up. I tell you what, it's going to be a big and abrupt change by the time we hit tomorrow. Look at that thin line of showers to the north of us. That is a cold front, and it is sinking southward. Now, it won't contain much in the way of rainfall for us, but what we will see is a big change in tomorrow's temperatures. Forecast in a second.
All right, thanks so much, John. Taking a look at your Suncoast roadways this morning in Manatee County, it is all green throughout that entire area. Moving on to Sarasota County, there is an accident, looks like, on Lakewood Ranch area towards University Parkway. The accident is at I-75. We actually have a live look at University Parkway right now. It is pretty calm out there right now, but as we mentioned, there is a accident on University Parkway. They also changed up the traffic patterns overnight, so keep an eye out for those cones and those construction workers as you're heading to work this morning. And heading out to South County, looks like you are all clear when it comes to traffic as well on your morning commute this morning. Well, our top story, a vote on the expansion of phosphate mining is expected to take place today in Manatee County. This morning, county commissioners will be meeting to consider a zoning change to allow the Mosaic Phosphate Mining Company to start mining operations at its Wingate East property. The rezoning application is for 3,600 acres in East Manatee County near the Myakka and Peace Rivers. 24 houses are within 1,000 feet of the proposed Wingate East property, but some worry the mines will affect water levels in the Myakka River watershed, a groundwater source that is on that Wingate East area.
It's going to feel like Mosaic is mining in my backyard. I mean, besides my property values dropping, the most important thing is the well-being of my daughter, my wife, myself. They get that. They got to relocate us. You know, I'm not going to live under all this stress. And what if they make a mistake?
Last September, a sinkhole opened up at a mine in Polk County, causing 215 million gallons of radioactive water to spill what some believe to be into the aquifer. Mosaic will give the county $16 million and restore wetlands near former mines in the county if commissioners do approve this rezoning. The meeting starts at 9 o'clock this morning. Well, back here in Sarasota County, a major project proposed for US 41 and Stickney Point Road is causing a bit of a heated debate. And during a Wednesday night meeting, comments were made by one commissioner to send the whole thing back to the drawing board. ABC 7's Ray Collins has the story.
What if you plain don't like the project? How do you make it stop?
What if you don't like the project? How do you make it stop? One of the many strong comments made Wednesday by new Sarasota County Commissioner Nancy Dietert.
I have to ask myself, is this what I want to see on this corner? Not really.
Dietert is talking about the 140,000 square foot development proposed for the northwest corner of US 41 and Stickney Point Road. Benderson Development wants to build a hotel, condos, and a restaurant on this now vacant land.
You need a hotel? There's one across the street. You need a restaurant? There's one across the street. You need your nails done? There's one across the street.
Some opponents to this proposal could barely contain themselves in the audience.
Nancy Dietert is by far the most knowledgeable person on our commission, and I hope that that the other commissioners learn from her wisdom.
But Benderson's spokesman says Dietert might have the least knowledge of the project since she's so new.
Unfortunately, we didn't have an opportunity to present our initial idea about the project to Senator Dietert, so hopefully when we do, she would reconsider the merits of it.
For the siesta promenade.
After a short break, Dietert made a motion against the project, but nobody backed her up.
The motion dies for lack of a second.
The other commissioners then voted to continue with the project, even though most expressed their reservations, including Chairman Paul Caragiulo.
I'm not wildly optimistic about it.
What word would you use to describe today's meeting?
You know, today was like I said, a big homework assignment for us, and we're going to go do all of our due diligence and hopefully succeed. But we have a lot of hurdles in front of us. We know that.
Ray Collins, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Well, a Manatee County couple remains behind bars this morning facing child neglect and drug charges after deputies say they overdosed in their vehicles with 2 infants in the back seat.
Yeah, sheriff's deputies were called to the Texaco gas station on East Road in Sarasota yesterday morning, where they found William Ballard and Delaney Chrissinger passed out in the front seat of an SUV. A 5-month-old baby and 18-month-old toddler were buckled in the car seats in the back seat with the car engine still running. Deputies say they found methamphetamine, fentanyl, heroin, and other items in the vehicle.
Certainly a sad situation there. Well, red tide returning to the Suncoast beaches. According to scientists at Mote Marine Lab in Sarasota, red tide blooms have been floating in our area waters, causing fish kills and, of course, those respiratory irritations. Beaches as far south as Venice and as far north as Manatee County are all reporting impacts. The recent storm and high winds are being blamed for this latest bloom. And according to area health departments and Mote Marine, that impact of the tide goes well beyond marine life.
Volunteers reporting what they see and hear along our beaches have noticed dead fish, as well as respiratory irritation, which could be coughing or sneezing.
Mote Marine Lab officials say if you have any respiratory illnesses, you should avoid the beaches with red tide alerts. Manatee County residents, listen up. If you're interested in helping those in need, why not try to apply for a human services grant?
Well, representatives from the Neighborhood Services Department will be holding a orientation meeting this morning to help people through that application process. Those interested must be nonprofit agencies recognized as a corporation under the state of Florida. The meeting starts at 9 o'clock at the United Way McClure Center in Lakewood Ranch. The deadline to receive human services funding is March 10th. Manatee County's new sheriff is getting involved in the community today. Sheriff Rick Wells will be the keynote speaker at the Leadership Prayer Breakfast. The inspirational event benefits Take Stock in Children of Manatee County, a local nonprofit that benefits low-income students. During the breakfast, students are offered scholarships, mentors, and hopes for a better life. The breakfast starts at 7:30 this morning at the Bradenton Area Convention Center. Wells replaced former Sheriff Brad Stubbe in Manatee County, and this will be the 10th year of that partnership breakfast.
Well, if you're a bookworm, you may be interested in this next story. As of this morning, you can stop by and check out a book from Ringling College's newest library. The Alfred R. Goldstein Library is located at the corner of Ringling College campus near Old Bradenton Road and MLK Way. Faculty, staff, and students can access the building 24 hours a day and host group meetings in 10 different study rooms there. The college is calling it a cultural, social, creative, and technological hub. Well, 3 Palmetto students are getting the opportunity of a lifetime to see one of the last performances of the greatest show on earth. I am so jealous of them for
yes,
this.
all of us are. Kids from Tillman Elementary School won tickets to see the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus Show in Tampa this week. The award was made possible by the circus's parent company, Feld Entertainment. Feld donated the tickets to 3 lucky students from one of Manatee County's 18 Title I elementary schools. The winners were chosen based on their attendance.
Here's this wonderful gift that I can give the kids for coming to school or improving their attendance. And then once we learned that they were closing the circus, now it's become like this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for our students to go and experience like the greatest show on earth.
Now, those kids will be able to see the circus at the Amalie Arena in downtown Tampa this week. These will be Ringling's final shows in our area. And I will be up there later this morning as well.
Yeah, lucky
But
you.
in a work capacity. I'm
Yeah.
not just going to the circus today.
Yeah, good for them. I mean, I'm sure they were not expecting that just from having better attendance, but good for them. I'm jealous. I wish I could have one of those tickets.
Wouldn't it be fun?
I would love to see that circus.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely.
I remember my earliest remembrances of the circus is not so much the lions and tigers and stuff, but how many people came out of that little car?
Right.
That was just amazing.
That's always pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
You're like,
They
how
do
is
that.
that even possible?
I know.
So that's where they caught your pure amazement and wonder.
It
wasn't the giant elephants. Or anything like that.
That's how I work. We have some showers in the forecast, a slight chance of some showers, and some cooler temperatures coming up right straight through the weekend, looks like. Talk about that in a second.
All right, and coming up next, a popular website that traces family genealogy is raising questions about safety, why some are concerned.
And what was once a large vessel now being used to promote marine life. We'll have those stories and more when we come back.
From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in.
Watch Animal Outtakes every week on ABC 7.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
Get the new year off to a great start with safety and peace of mind. Subaru was named the 2016 Best Overall Brand, Most Trusted, and Best Performance Brand by Kelley Blue Book. And ALG named Subaru its top mainstream brand for residual value for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Current conditions outside coming in at a steamy 67 degrees with a dew point of 65. We still have the potential at seeing some fog around in some locations, wind-protected locations, but it's not going to be widespread today because the winds are breezy. Coming out of the south at about 14, and they'll be breezy all day long in advance of a cold front heading our way. That south wind pumping up the moisture, and the humidity today will be noticeably higher as we head into the afternoon. It's going to feel even just a little sticky, and I think the warm temperatures combined with the high humidity are going to make the abrupt change to tomorrow's weather feel, I think, even more abrupt, actually. 64 degrees, Wauchula, Arcadia, 65, Myakka. Parrish comes in at 66, Bradenton at 66 as well. Lakewood Ranch at 67, Venice at 68, so's Inglewood, and Longboat Key comes in warmest at 69 degrees. So, not much in the way of any kind of radar action currently. Gulf waters are quiet. The inland areas all very quiet this morning. But you go a little bit further to the north up in the Panhandle, and there's this thin ribbon of showers. That's part of the cold front system sinking southward. Now, the heavier of the rains are located up to the north of us, and they've cleared Atlanta now, so I don't really see this as being a big problem for any of the airport hubs today either. This front is going to be non-severe in nature. Most of the country very quiet right now, though we do still have some snow showers in Michigan, the UP of Michigan as well, and rain showers extending really all the way up into the mountains of the Northeast. So Pretty impressive, actually, this warm bubble of air lifting northward. But back behind it, obviously some cooler air, and that's headed our way. Now, the thing is, we've had some very dry air over us, obviously. A lot of sunshine around the last couple of days, and that dry air indicated here by the tan contour, tan colorization, I should say, on our water vapor imagery. So as this front moved through, it encounters this dry air. Doesn't have much to work with, really, and you're not going to get much rain squeezed out of the clouds today. Though there are a fair amount of clouds around, there's just not enough moisture to support any kind of significant rain showers. The heaviest of the cloud cover still located to the north with that band of showers sinking south. As the front sinks south, this dome of cooler air sinks south as well. That redirects our winds out of the northwest starting tomorrow, and we get some chillier weather right straight through the weekend. Looks like we'll probably have temperatures that'll be about 10 degrees cooler. So today, more cloud cover, warm afternoon, isolated late day shower for boaters. Winds will be up a little today, southwest at about 15, and of course, red tide still an issue in our area waters. The forecast calls for a 10-degree drop in our temperature tomorrow into the 60s for a daytime high. Nighttime lows in the 40s Friday night through Saturday. And that's true right straight through the weekend. Back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, John. Let's take a look at traffic in our area. Looks like a couple of cars already on the road up in Bradenton these early morning hours, but no accidents to report up there and everything running smooth. Down in Sarasota, we do have an accident on University Parkway right at I-75, and we have a live look at University Parkway on the highway. There are some changes to the northbound exit ramp approaching University Parkway, so be aware of that if you're on the interstate this morning, especially in these darker hours. There have been some changes to that northbound exit ramp on University, plus the accident. Be careful in that area. Now, taking a look at South Sarasota County, looks like traffic is still slow here in the early morning and no accidents to report there as well. A new website that helps you research your family history is raising concerns across the country and for many people right here on the Suncoast.
It's called FamilyTree.com. Now, I typed in my own information, and within seconds, a list of all my personal information, possible relatives, and current and past addresses showed up. With the click of a button, the website has the largest collection of family records anywhere, and it's all free to search. That's why many people are now starting to question, is this site safe?
Nothing is private. Nothing is private. And that's where I would say that, and make sure that you're keeping up to date on what's out there.
While the site is legal since the information is public record, former Sarasota County Sheriff's Deputy Shannon Snyder says FamilyTreeNow.com can cause serious problems, especially for those trying to stay under the radar.
It's going to become more and more difficult. I can understand from a law enforcement perspective some very sensitive investigations, also domestic violence victims. I can understand where that's going to be a huge problem.
Not everyone is listed on FamilyTreeNow.com since not all of the information is correct. But even if you don't post info on social media, it can still be available on this website. Snyder says to always remember in our ever-evolving world of technology that your personal information is constantly available. And with one simple click, anyone could be knocking on your door.
It's not going to go away. This technology is here. It's making our lives faster. It's making everything far more transparent.
Now, to opt out of that FamilyTreeNow.com, just scroll to the bottom of the website, hit Contact Us, click Opt Out Removal Requests, and then go through the steps to remove yourself from that website. And I showed you that website yesterday, Adam, and you you saw some stuff from when you were younger, right?
I'll be removing myself right after this show because I don't want any of that out there.
Yeah, I mean, and it's all public record, so that's the thing, is that they get it from DMV records or even just by clicking on the website. But
they sure make it easy.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
it's
don't have
the
to
internet.
Go too far.
It can be, everything's out there.
Oh man, oh man. Well, if you ever get sick in this North Florida county, instead of calling an ambulance, you can actually get a cab. A legal team in Volusia County is reviewing a plan to provide taxi vouchers to non-emergency patients who still want to go to the hospital. Firefighters are working on this concept to help them manage emergency response calls. Another initiative is the Right Size Response Program. It uses a series of questions by dispatchers to determine whether a 911 call needs immediate ambulance response.
What we're trying to prevent is someone that needs an ambulance not having access to one when someone that doesn't need an ambulance has access to one.
Those who receive taxi vouchers also sign a release form to allow crews to move on before transport shows up. So far, the changes have resulted in about 10 fewer transports per day via ambulance.
Well, that's certainly an interesting idea. Well, coming up next on Good Morning Suncoast.
New changes to Facebook will soon make it possible for everyone to see the same thing on their timelines.
And it's a rush hour rescue. What caused one man to run into incoming traffic to stop a moving vehicle? Those stories and more when we return.
Start the year off with a great deal during the Start Something New event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Ram trucks are built tough and have plenty of power to handle any job with all the comfort you'd expect in a luxury vehicle. And right now, all 2016 quad cabs are over 20% off with new Ram trucks starting at just $19,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-658-3433. 800-658-3433.
Cancer does change people's lives. It is frightening. The treatment for fear is hope. And what works for you is not necessarily going to work for somebody else. It does take a whole team. This is a facility that really cares about the outcome of the patients. So our job at Sarasota Memorial Hospital is to meet the needs of that individual any way we need to meet them.
It is 5:23 this morning, and American Airlines making a major change to its onboard technology for passengers.
And new chips on the market can track how much you drink. ABC's Kendis Gibson and Diane Macedo have the details in this morning's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, technology is changing a big part about air travel.
American Airlines says 90% of its passengers bring their own devices to view movies and TV shows in flight, so the airline's new 737s will not come with seatback screens.
In an effort to fight fake news stories, Facebook is changing its trending topics feature.
One change means all users will see the same topics instead of those personalized by their behavior. And in an attempt to keep fake news from trending, an article's headline and publisher will be shown. And Tostitos this morning offering a way to keep drunk drivers off the roads after Super Bowl parties. The Tostitos party bag comes complete with sensors that detect alcohol.
So the company says if the bag turns green, you're clear to drive. If the bag turns red, it's detected alcohol, and then the bag will even help you hail a ride from Uber.
Interesting plan. Those are your Tech Bites.
Have a great day.
Create the room you've been dreaming of during the final week of Ashley Home Store's big event. We've taken our stylish favorites and put together complete room packages you can enjoy at home at a big savings. Imagine this living room with the leather match sectional and 3 tables, all for just $66 a month. Or this living room with a reclining sofa, love seat, and 3 tables, all for just $59 a month with 6 years no interest. And for a limited time, get 8 years no interest on mattresses from Tempur-Pedic and Serta iComfort. Hurry in soon. Ashley Home Store. This is home. Shop now at ashleyhomestore.com.
Tyler loves chicken. Turns out his old dog food had chicken byproduct meal, not chicken. So I switched to Blue Buffalo.
Blue is made with the finest natural ingredients and no chicken byproduct meal.
We love him like family, so we feed him like family with Blue.
I had my mission and Maxwell House by my side. Each Maxwell House blend is selected from 5 different types of beans. So all I tasted was victory.
Maxwell House, good to the last drop.
On your TV, on your computer, on your camera, on your smartphone, on your Apple Watch. And now you can get ABC7, your Suncoast News on Fire TV. Just go to mysuncoast.com and click on the mobile tab for a list of fast and free downloads that deliver ABC7, your Suncoast News on the go. Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500 starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, another busy day for President Donald Trump as he lays out more policy changes, how demonstrators are responding to his latest plans.
Plus, restaurants all across the country are chiming in on the immigration debate with a new status.
And tennis history is being made down under at the Australian Open.
Live from the ABC7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back on this Thursday morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Adam Cellini, along with John Scalzi.
Good to have you here this morning.
Good to be here.
Yeah.
Good to be color coordinated this morning.
Well,
yeah.
I didn't get the memo. I feel kind of,
Well, we're like different shades.
Huh?
We're like progressive shades here
Right,
down the
that's
desk.
what it is. That's what it is.
Feels right.
Don't have the fog problem that we had yesterday morning, which is a good thing. It was really dense yesterday morning. But there is some out in Gulf waters, and with a wind that is going to be increasingly, I think, southwest, we have a chance of seeing some of that fog blowing onto shore. So we'll wait and watch for that, see if that occurs. We do have stronger winds today, which will help keep the fog situation at bay. A line of showers to the north of us is a cold front. That cold front will be approaching us today, bringing us a lot more cloud cover and a slight chance at a late afternoon shower. We have a daytime high that'll be warm in the upper 70s. Then tomorrow, big changes. We'll talk about it in just a second.
All right, thanks so much, John. Taking a look at your Suncoast roadways this morning in Manatee County, looks like traffic is picking up on 301 and heading towards downtown Bradenton. Cars are making their way throughout the area. Moving on to Sarasota County, looks like we have an accident in Lakewood Ranch at University Parkway. The accident is at I-75. We also have a live look now at University Parkway. If you're heading in that area this morning, please take note of the changes in the northbound I-75 exit ramp. The cones there have been moved around, so keep an eye out for that. The ramp also shifted a little bit north. Now that change is part of the diverging Diamond Interchange project at I-75 and University Parkway. All is quiet there this morning as of right now, but keep an eye out for that. Heading to South County, free and clear in both north and southbound directions for I-75. Well, topping our news this half hour, President Trump's first week on the job proving to be full of policy changes.
In his first sit-down interview as president, Trump discusses a number of hot-button topics, including his plans on bringing back torture as a strategy, voter fraud, and immigration.
ABC's Stephanie Ramos explains.
Today, President Trump heads to Philadelphia to lay out his game plan to congressional Republicans. GOP leaders hoping to get on the same page with the new administration. Protesters also descending on Philly. Inside the congressional meetings, lawmakers quickly got off message, shifting to the U.S.-Mexico border, torture, and voter fraud investigations, prompted by Trump's new executive actions. At the Department of Homeland Security, Trump ordering construction of that border wall to start right away. The president also vowing to strip federal funding from so-called sanctuary cities that shield undocumented immigrants, triple the number of ICE agents, and add thousands more Border Patrol agents. Trump, in his first broadcast network interview post-inauguration, talks payment for that wall with ABC's David Muir.
Ultimately, it'll come out of what's happening with Mexico. We're going to be starting those negotiations relatively soon, and we will be in a form reimbursed by Mexico, which I've always said. So they'll pay us back? Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Trump also doubling down on his unsubstantiated claims of massive voter fraud.
But 3 to 5 million illegal votes.
Well, we're going to find out, but it could very well be that much.
And he also says he's considering torture as a strategy to fight terror.
What I would do, I want to keep our country safe. I want to keep our country safe.
Mr. Trump is expected to sign another executive action today, which would suspend immigration into the U.S. from some Middle Eastern countries. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Washington.
Meanwhile, restaurants across the country are taking steps to protect their employees who are immigrants. Dozens of diners are labeling themselves as sanctuary restaurants. It helps protect employees who are living in the U.S. illegally, whether it's barring police from asking about citizenship or refusing to cooperate with federal agents. Participating restaurants post anti-discrimination policies and signs that show their sanctuary status. They also receive training on what to do if there's a workplace raid by immigration agents.
People harassed sexually by customers. We've had people be picked on by customers because of the color of their skin.
Sanctuary restaurants are turning out to be a direct response to the policies supported by President Donald Trump. About 80 restaurants across the country have signed up for the status. Meanwhile, in Washington, protesters are dangling a banner from a crane near the White House. The banner says "Resist," and it was hung by the non-government environmental group called Greenpeace. It took 7 people to hang the 70 by 35-foot banner. It represents a demonstration against Donald Trump. Back in Florida, a foster teen broadcasts her suicide live on Facebook.
Certainly a sad situation there, but now the attorney representing her mother believes she never received the help she needed from the system in the first place. The 14-year-old girl, Nakia Venant, was found hanging in the bathroom this past weekend at her Miami foster home. Authorities say she never got the psychological help she needed, even though she showed dangerous behaviors. The teen was bounced between at least 10 different foster homes and shelters since last April alone. Child Services are now investigating her death.
That story. Further up north, a mechanic is being called a superhero for running into traffic and stopping a rolling car. Take a look at that footage. Surveillance cameras catching the accident in Pennsylvania. It's like Superman on the road. The white SUV wouldn't stay in park and crashed into the back of another vehicle. Jeff Lebrowski was nearby at an auto shop, and he stepped in to help before a second crash could happen. He says his only concern was for the driver, who was a pregnant woman.
But, I mean, as long as she's okay, that's the main thing, you know. I guess I'm a hero. I don't feel like it, but I guess I am.
Police are calling Lynn an unwilling hero, if you couldn't gather that from what he just said, and he was in the right place at the right time. The woman later told police she wasn't looking ahead when she collided with the car in front of her.
Wow, certainly a scary situation, but thankfully he was there to, like you said, right time,
a lot
right
of confidence, just jump in front of a car like that.
Right, exactly. Well, in other news, a former cargo ship in Texas is taking on a whole new form.
These 371-foot Kraken sunk 67 miles last Friday in the Gulf of Mexico and is now becoming an artificial reef. The move is part of the state's artificial reef program. Texas park officials expect the ship to become a home for fish, coral, and other sea life. It's also going to be a great spot for divers. All of the fuel, oil, and hazardous materials have been removed for environmental regulation purposes. The Kraken is actually named after the mythical sea creature.
Well, in sports, Venus Williams is becoming the oldest finalist in the Australian Open. The 36-year-old beat out Coco Vandeweghe, scoring 6 in all 3 sets. Now, this is the first time she reached the final of the Australian Open since 2003. That was 14 years ago. Meanwhile, her sister Serena is in the semifinals and is potentially 1 set away from a championship match against her older sister.
Dynasty.
I know, they are. Ooh, I would not want to go against them, that's for sure.
She's still got it. Well, if you're a fan of Big Macs, today is a good day to go out and grab one.
That's right. Only for today, McDonald's is giving away 10,000 bottles of its special Mac sauce. It marks the release of its new Big Mac sandwiches, the Mac Jr. and the Grand Mac, all in the family there. Well, both are available for a limited time. The special sauce is only available at participating locations, though. So once you find the location, you have to tell them the secret code phrase, which is, quote, "There is a Big Mac" for that. So remember that if you're interested in this. If they have a bottle, they'll give it to you. According to McDonald's, only 1 in 5 millennials have ever tried a Big Mac.
Wow.
Have you tried Big Macs?
I think I did once, actually. Really, yeah.
I try to
I'm
stay away from
on the
McDonald's.
fringe of that.
Oh, it was the thing in its day when
my
it
mom
first came
always
out.
talks about it, but I'm a little weary of McDonald's.
Oh, it was, in fact, it was so popular. I remember an ad executive in an interview who came up with the original concept of the Big Mac attack campaign for the Big Mac, saying that he gave up the advertising business because his child's first words were Big Mac attack. That's how incredibly powerful that ad campaign was.
A little close to home there.
Yeah. Well, get you some Big Mac sauce today, I guess.
Got to go to Clearwater to get it, though. Got to go to Clearwater. We have around our area today, a frontal boundary coming through, changing things up for tomorrow. We'll talk about that in a second.
All right, thanks, John. Well, coming up, there's one baby with light skin and blue eyes and another with brown skin and brown eyes. How a pair of rare biracial twins are quickly becoming social media stars. That's coming up next in your Health Smart.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
Start the year off with a great deal during the Start Something New event going on now at Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers. Take home a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $18,999. Or stop by today and drive away in a brand new Jeep Renegade for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Wouldn't it be great if you had a sofa covered in fabric that's kid-proof? Now you can. Introducing Kid-Proof by Row, now at Bacon's Furniture. For a limited time only, save 40% off kids-proof sofas at Bacon. Just look for the little green hand and select from hundreds of different fabrics that resist almost anything life throws at it. Some fabrics repel liquid, and all the amazing styles and comfortable fabrics are easy to clean. Kid-proof sofas, now 40% off at Bacon's Furniture in Sarasota.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
So get the new year off to a great start with safety and peace of mind. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And Subaru had the best resale value of all brands for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $209 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
We've got a breezy wind out there coming in out of the south, basically, at about 14, 15 miles per hour. That breezy wind helping to remove a bit of the fog issues today, but in wind-protected areas or near the coast where sea fog is already beginning to form out in Gulf waters, there is the chance that you could get some fog forming, especially as we get in the coldest part of the morning toward dawn. We'll start to see isolated pockets, I think, of fog around. Won't be as bad as it was yesterday, though. 68 degrees, as I mentioned, current air temperature, dew point pretty close to it at 65. The dew points are rising today. They're rising because of that southerly wind in advance of a cold front moving through. 64 degrees in Wauchula. Arcadia coming in at 64, 65 degrees. Mayaca City. 67, Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, Northport, 64 in Punta Gorda, 68 degrees in Inglewood, and 69 degrees in Venice. Same thing out at Longboat Key, 69. So here's the deal with the red tide. Unfortunately, our winds are going to be onshore throughout the next 24 hours. Initially out of the south, so those south-facing beaches will be more impacted, and then eventually out of the west and even northwest with time. The good news is that Mote Marine spotters sampling the air quality at these beaches have found, I would say, less impact over the last 48 hours than we had previously early in the week, when we had multiple instances on area beaches of intense red tide toxins in the air. Now, these are not concentrations in the water. These are what actual people who went out to the beaches said the irritant level in the air was like. So it gives you a pretty good idea of what these beaches are experiencing currently. So, you know, it's not going to be a great situation, and the red tide forecast models don't really show a whole lot of movement in the red tide bloom. So we'll be dealing with this for a couple more days for sure. It's been an ongoing issue. Currently, not much in the way of any kind of radar echoes locally, but back to the north of us, there is the shower line associated with the cold front continuing to sink southward. That will be the case throughout the day today. Most of the country is pretty quiet We do have some showers up in the north, but those really aren't going to impact any of the airports. Dry air in place means that as that front sinks south, it really doesn't produce a lot of showers. Satellite view shows we do have a little bit of cloud cover around today. We'll have a lot more sunshine tomorrow, though, because once that front moves through, high pressure builds in, and we're left with a pretty nice day tomorrow, though certainly a lot cooler. Southwest wind at about 15 knots this afternoon, turning to 10 to 15 as the winds turn increasingly northward during the late afternoon and overnight. 20%, that's it. Chance of showers today with a high in the upper 70s. Tomorrow, about 10 degrees cooler still on Saturday. Back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, John. Let's take a look at the traffic here in our area up in Bradenton. No accidents to report at this time. Looks like a couple more cars getting on the road here in the early morning, but traffic moving along well up there. Down in Sarasota, we do still have an accident. Oh, actually, we have that accident on University Parkway by I-75. That may be slowing traffic in the area, so be advised. We also have a live look at University Parkway here, and you can see a couple more cars driving on that roadway than we saw earlier, but still relatively clear. Now, there are some changes to the northbound exit ramp from I-75 to University Parkway, so be aware of that. Some cones in a different spot. If you're driving that way, use a little extra caution. Now, taking a look at South County, no accidents down there either, and traffic north-south moving along pretty well. Well, in health news, what can start as a cold or flu can turn into something more serious in the elderly.
Doctors say as we age, our immune system changes. This can reduce our ability to fight off viral infections. For seniors, the flu can lead to more complications like pneumonia. Also, conditions such as rheumatoid arthritis, lymphoma, and leukemia can also be harder to fight off. Doctors say once you reach the age of 65, it's important to stay up to date on vaccinations to prevent some of these infections.
Get your vaccines and protect yourself as much as possible. If you do get sick, typically if it's a cold or some sort of viral infection that's not the flu, you'll probably peak in terms of your symptoms in 7 to 10 days.
Another tip to keep you from getting sick is to stay hydrated. Of course, water makes everything better. Eating healthy, maintaining a healthy weight, and cardiovascular exercise can also give you an immune system a boost. Well, it's a story that's making national headlines everywhere.
Biracial twin girls are born with different skin colors in Illinois.
Now their parents are speaking out about their unique pair. Abigail James has their story.
Hi. When twins Kalani and Jeremy Dean were born, their parents were anything short of surprised.
Honestly, I had asked one of the nurses if Kalani was albino because she was so white. As months kept going on, she stayed the same.
Not only are they twin sisters, they're biracial twins. According to the BBC, a biracial couple expecting twins have a 1 in 500 chance of their children having different skin colors.
When we did our 1 week follow-up with our pediatrician, I had mentioned it to her. And she did the same thing that the nurses, like at first she didn't want to believe it. And then at the next checkup, she had noticed the spots on her and then not on Lanny.
Spots, known as Mongolian spots, that are common on any part of the body of dark-skinned babies and look almost similar to a bruise.
And she doesn't have any, and Jeremy had those.
Now at 9 months, they're already taking the internet by storm.
I had the Ellen Show, I had MTV, the Inside Edition, CBS, the Today Show.
Now, according to their parents, their differences aren't only skin deep. Kalani is a little bit more independent, whereas Jeremy is a little bit more mellow.
She has a lot of energy. She just started calling about 2 weeks ago.
She enjoys more just watching her sister go and act crazy. She'll sit there and laugh and just watch her.
And though they're twins,
some people do say that they see that they're sisters and their smiles and stuff, and I do too.
They're a biological rarity.
It's kind of shocking to see the world kind of go crazy over them, you know, and to know that we created them and love them so much, it means a lot.
Oh my gosh, they are adorable.
They are very cute.
So cute. Well, the twins will celebrate their first birthday in April.
All right, and now it's time for another stop on the Dream 18.
Today we visit the Waterleaf Gulf and River Club in Manatee County. ABC 7's Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Welcome to another edition of Dream 18. I'm Bob Harrigan, and joining me now is
Matt Hill. And
Hey,
Matt,
Bob,
we
how are you?
appreciate it. Good seeing you.
Yes.
The director of golf here at the beautiful Waterleaf Golf and River Club.
Yes, sir.
We're playing the number 17th hole.
Yeah, this is one of the hardest par fours I hear at Waterleaf Golf and River Club. It's a 392 yards from the blue tees. It's forced carry all over water, so you have a very challenging tee shot. Then we follow that up with a really tight green that's guarded by bunkers and a large stream.
Thus the name Waterleaf. A lot of water around here. Let's give it a shot.
Awesome.
All
Let's
right.
go. Good luck.
They're all counting on me.
Oh, there we go. It's a great one.
It's all right, isn't it?
That'll work.
Oh, yeah. That's about 100 yards behind mine. I'm a little short, but nonetheless, I'm in the small grass here, short grass.
Absolutely, yeah. So this is really where the hole gets difficult. As you can see, you're looking at about 175 yards to the flag. It's guarded by a deep greenside bunker, and then from that point, he's going to have a peninsula green where he's going to have water surrounding the three areas. That was well struck there.
Go, go, go!
Ooh,
it made it.
Nice shot.
It made it.
Great shot. Great shot.
Thank you. Knock it in.
All right.
Right at it. A little long, maybe?
Oh, just a hair long. This green is very undulated. You can see all the different undulations, the different tones of grass as far as the grain is concerned. We've got about a 30-footer here, so I'm gonna see if I can go ahead and knock it in.
All right.
All right.
There it is, on its way. It's rolling toward the pin. It's working its way. Oh,
gosh.
Missing on the high side. Heck of
Almost
a
got
putt,
it.
man.
All right, let's see if we can knock yours in. Oh, that's a great putt.
Oh, yes, baby.
There we go.
Oh,
And you
thanks,
beat the
man. What a
pro.
great time. Appreciate it very much. And thank you for watching another edition of Dream 18.
Looks good for them.
Yeah, good shooting, you two.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly. Well, coming up on your Suncoast News, it's another social media sensation.
How one teen is making shoveling snow a lot more fun. His story when we come back.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
Are you paying too much for your cable or satellite TV? The U.S. government passed a bill mandating free over-the-air digital transmission of all broadcast network television channels. That means with the new TV Freeway digital antenna, you can get free HD programming from your favorite broadcast networks 24/7 without a bill. You just plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite broadcast programs for free. There are no contracts to sign, no hidden fees, and no monthly fees. Just free HD broadcast TV. Take it with you anywhere. Call or go online now to get your TV Freeway stick for the incredibly low price of only $14.99. But wait, call or click now and you can get a second TV Freeway stick for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee, but you have to order right now.
Call 1-800-809-5196 to get your TV Freeway. Call now or go to tvfreeway.com. So call 1-800-809-5196. This offer's not in any store. Call now.
Robotic surgery is changing medicine. The robot has better vision than a human. You can see 10 times better magnification than the human eye, but it takes a human eye to run the machine. In fact, it takes multiple human eyes to treat a patient. We've perfected the team, we've perfected the procedure, and the more experienced the team, the better the quality outcome.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com. AND services.com.
Well, here's what we're working on for 6 o'clock. Manatee County voting on whether or not to expand phosphate mining today after a sinkhole disaster in January. And a Manatee County couple is under arrest after they were found passed out at a gas station from a drug overdose. 2 children were in that car with them. Plus, why one Sarasota City Commissioner is looking to stop the controversial Siesta Promenade project, but her colleagues are not backing her decision.
Finally, a Wisconsin teen is finding a creative way to shovel snow. This is the hover plow. Take a look. The name was dubbed by Tanner Shire. He uses his hoverboard to pick up the snow versus a regular shovel. He says it's waterproof and the process works best when it's 1 or 2 inches of light snow, of course. Now, video of him using the hover plow is going viral on social media. And in case you're wondering about the fire hazard, the hoverboard is not allowed in the house. But it is for shoveling snow, of
Apparently,
course.
yeah. People fall down on those in like dry concrete.
Yeah.
And he's just slipping around the
Just
snow.
going all over the place.
Seriously, you read my mind. I was thinking as a parent, I would have had him in a helmet, arm
Put some
pads.
knee pads on.
I know. Looks like fun though, right?
Yeah.
If you got to shovel snow.
Yeah, luckily we don't have to do that here.
Yeah, more power to you. Figured out a fun way to do it.
Although it'll feel for some people, I think, like it should snow by tomorrow because we're heading for temperatures in the 40s overnight tonight, tomorrow night. So we'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
It feels pretty Arctic to us down here
Yeah,
in
it
Florida.
does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
sure does.
All right,
Log
stay
on the
with
fire.
us. We'll be right back.